What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack, and you guys are crazier than the markets are right now. On Monday, I had 1,422 subscribers, and I set myself the goal of getting to 1,500 by tomorrow, by Monday. And as of recording this video on Sunday, we've just broken over 1,600 subs, and I honestly cannot tell you guys how thankful I am to every single one of you who have hit that red button and subscribed, to everybody who likes all of the videos, to everybody who's dropping me the comments. It genuinely means so much to me. You guys are the reason I keep making these videos, so thankful for you all. I started uploading daily about the stock market, money, whatever it is, just over 5 weeks ago, and I started out with less than 900 subscribers, and here we are. It's mind-blowing to me. The support has been crazy. There is no way I would have kept uploading a video every single day without the support of you guys, so again, just thank you all so much. Obviously, if you're not a part of the family yet, hit that red button, like the video, drop me a comment, get to know me, I'll get to know you. But now, let's get on to what today's video is about. For the last 3, 4, 5 days, I've been getting questions about this particular stock, NAT, non-stop in every single video. Nordic American Tanker Ltd. And I've said in previous videos that I have no interest in investing in any of these tanker related stocks. One, because I didn't fully understand them, and two, because I didn't really see the appeal. Now, I've gone and done my research because so many of you have asked about it. I watched the interview with the CEO that Jim Cramer did with CNBC. I watched Jeremy Financial Education's full video, and I did obviously a little bit of research myself, and I have somewhat of an understanding of what's going on right now, so I can finally, address this properly and give my proper opinion on these guys. I find it funny that a lot of us are long-term dividend investors, but the stocks we get so excited about and the stocks that we speak about the most are not long-term dividend stocks. They're these ones that have the crazy growth potential. I completely understand why. I love it. They're exciting. It's like Carnival, it's like Delta. We're all drawn to them because of the fact that we could make literally 100, 200% in a matter of a year or two. Now though, let's get straight into the video. There may well still be a good few of you guys out there who don't know who these guys are or what they do, but the name is quite self-explanatory. Nordic American Tankers Ltd. They're a tanker company. They acquire and charter double-hull tankers in Bermuda and internationally. It operates a fleet of 23 Suezmax crude oil tankers. So to make it really simple, they have 23 massive tanks that store oil. And right now, if you are in any way, shape or form up to date with what's going on in the world, you will know that there's nowhere to store oil. So anybody who can do it can charge a lot of money and will ultimately get a lot of business. And looking at NAT's 5-day chart, this is 5 days, guys. A 5-day change of 45.16%. That is absolutely immense. It seems like there's 1, 2 or 3 of these stocks coming every single week that is going up 40 to 60% just because of one piece of news. To understand just how much money these guys are making right now, I've watched this full video, CNBC video, with the CEO of NAT. In this video, he says that they're charging $70,000 a day for one of their tanks, and that tank has an operating cost of only $8,000 a day, so $62,000 a day of profit. And we can see here that they have 23 of these tanks. He also says in the video that they're giving these tanks for 6 months. Now, I don't know if every one of these tanks has been, rented out. I don't know if every contract is for 6 months, but let's just say that it is. Let's say all 23 of these tanks are being rented out at $70,000 a day, $62,000 profit a day for 6 months. If all of those tanks are currently being hired at that rate, they're currently making about 1.426 million a day, every single day in profit. Every 4 weeks, nearly 40 million. In 6 months, that would be just shy of 240 million. Now, those numbers mean nothing if we don't have something to compare them to. If I told you that they were the numbers for Amazon, we would say that is absolutely horrific. Microsoft, that's horrific. But for a company like this, is that good? Is it average, or is it bad? When we look at their gross profit for the last 5 years, last year 109 million, 43 million, 67 million, 151 million, 220 million, these numbers are absolutely insane. This year, they could absolutely see their absolute best year ever. And sticking on some of the positives for this company, okay? Current assets, 129 million, compared to current liabilities of 59 million. So debt-wise, they're in a fantastic position. Total assets, $1 billion. Total liabilities, 435 million. They have a very good balance sheet. No doubt, they have a very, very good balance sheet. So why is it still that I am in no way interested in getting into this company? What I want to do next is I want to have a good look at their stock chart. for the last 20ish years. And what we're also going to do is we're going to have a look at crude oil prices over the last 20 or so years and just see if there's any somewhat correlation between the two. And there is correlations, but they're not necessarily complete opposites. Like if we take gold versus the US dollar, for example, the chart we're looking at now, generally if we see one go up, we see the other go down. That's just the way it has been throughout history. The same can't be said for NAT and crude oil, but obviously there's correlations. That's why right now we're seeing NAT absolutely boom up. You'll see it a lot clearer if I go to the 1 month chart. You'll see it's just been up and up. The last 5 days in particular, we already said it went up 45%. And if we look, boom, just look at that massive dip. We all know it was negative. We all know just how low it's gone. And it's because the demand for oil is so low that the demand for storage is so high. And that is why NAT will do well right now. When there is not enough demand, there's too much supply, people need to store it so that they can then later on sell it for a profit. And I mean here, look, when that was booming, they had an amazing run. And then when was it? Around 2005, they dipped off. What was happening with crude oil in the meantime? 2005, they kept booming up massively. Right, let's see what happened when they had this massive dip. 2008, oil had this massive dip. And with that massive dip came NAT's massive spike, you know. They went up pretty much, what's that, 30ish, 40ish%. Now obviously that was very short-lived. They came right back down. Why? Because oil went right back up. So you see the correlations I'm trying to make. When oil is doing poorly, NAT does very well. And look, right now oil demand is down nearly 30% in April worldwide. And it's clear to see why, obviously. You know what I mean? There's no cruises going. Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, none of them are cruising. They're not buying oil. Planes aren't flying right now. Delta, for example, is carrying 5% of its normal passenger load. Airplanes obviously use an awful lot of oil, and they're not buying it from anybody right now. And you watching this video right now who drives, you're not driving as much right now. You know, you're not driving to and from work. You're not going on big long drives with the family. You're just going to go to the shop every now and again and come back, so you're buying a lot less petrol, you know what I mean, and in turn less oil is being sold. So since oil demand is down so much, and on the contrary supply is at an all-time high, I'm not going to get into that all too much, but you more than likely know the story: Saudi Arabia, Russia, OPEC, blah blah blah. So supply is at an all-time high, literally an all-time high. Demand is pretty much at an all-time low. That's why very few people, such as NAT, can take advantage. Now look, I completely and utterly see the appeal. I really do, especially in the short term. But that's what this is to me. It's a short-term investment. When oil prices go back up, people will be selling their oil again, people will be using oil again, and there won't be as much demand for guys like Nordic American Tanker. And there's already been an awful lot of price action. It's already up 45%. Yes, it could very much so go up another 10, 20, even 30%. Nobody knows. But if you're not in yet, you're not going to get that massive return that everybody's looking to. A lot of what is going to happen these next 3 to 6 months is now priced in. It's common information. Everybody knows about it. And if you're a long-term investor, if you like buying companies and not having to worry about them, not having to worry about when you inevitably have to sell them, this is definitely not one for you. No doubt in my mind that the next 3 to 6 months or so are going to be absolutely incredible for these guys. It's what comes after that worries me. What if oil goes back to all-time highs and people just don't need guys like NAT? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there isn't any long-term value here, because there most definitely could be. There most definitely could be immense long-term value here. Who knows? One thing that needs to be taken into account is that at the end of this year, these guys are more than likely going to have an absolutely incredible balance sheet because of how much money they're going to make this year and the position they're already in. They have very little debt. They have more than enough assets to cover that debt. They're in an incredible position. And seeing as they will be in such a strong position, that could, give them opportunity to expand or to grow, to buy more oil tankers. It's not like I'm not going to buy this company because I think they go bankrupt, because I don't see that happening in all honesty. They have an incredible balance sheet, as we've already seen. I could be biting myself in 10 years when these guys would have given me back 1,000%. But that's always a risk you have to take, Just because you get offered an opportunity, it doesn't mean you have to take it. You don't have to take every single opportunity that presents itself. I personally would feel much safer and just much more confident putting whatever money I would have put into these guys into one of the companies I've already evaluated and decided is a company I want to buy and hold for the next few decades. Now that I do have an understanding of these guys though, I see the appeal. I really do see it. I see why so many of you guys were in the comments asking about them. I understand. And I want to make it clear that I am by no means saying that this is a bad buy. I do so see the appeal. And who knows, again, I could eat my words. I could continue looking at these guys. I could see some price action over the next week or so and decide to open up a position. But I've said it before, whenever I see a company going up 30, 40, 50% in a day, is not very attractive to me, because more often than not you're going to see, boom, that reversal where it goes back down and you can lose all of your investment. And I mean, we've historically seen this with NAT in particular. Like, let's come back here. Just about $11 a share, straight up to $16 a share, immense, 50%. Oh, boom, 50% of that's gone again. Oh, little recovery, boom, more or less back to where we started. Let's grow, let's get back to that $16, and then let's just go to the ground and lose everything. If you are going to invest in these guys, be ready to watch them very closely, because I don't think you're going to be holding them forever. I mean, let's be honest, it hasn't been the best 3 or 4 years for these guys. Look, for the longest time, you know, we were around $20, $30, $40, you know, and now we're sitting at 5. We were down on $2, $1 even for years and years. Remember as well, right, Jeremy from Financial Education made a video on these guys and they absolutely boomed. And now what's just happened is CNBC went ahead and had an interview with the CEO of the company, and he said things along the lines of, we are making a lot of money at this time. He's really charismatic, he's really funny, you should watch that video, but he's filling people with an awful lot of confidence. People who watch Jeremy's video would then go and watch this, and they're going to be absolutely buzzing with this company, because everything they've seen is just really good news. Hopefully this video will put into perspective, from a long-term point of view, what could potentially happen. Always do form your own opinions. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to give you both sides of the story here. There is absolutely immense short-term upside potential, and there is absolutely immense long-term growth potential, but there also is always the potential that that crash happens and they just go straight back to trading at $1 or $2 for a very long time. So a quick recap. Short-term, they're probably going to do absolutely fantastically. They're going to make close to 240 million in a matter of 6 months. For this company, that's absolutely amazing. If I had have just researched these guys 4 or 5 days earlier, I could have been in big money, every one of us could, but there's no point in dwelling on that. As I just said earlier on in the video, you don't have to take every single opportunity that's thrown at you. There is infinite opportunities in the stock market, you just have to find the ones that suit you best. And for me, the kind of investor I am, this is not the company for me. I mean, I'm meant to be a long-term dividend investor, and I already spend most of my time looking into Carnival and Delta. You know, I can't be throwing another company like this in that's going to take up so much of my time and so much attention. And again, guys, I just can't say it enough. Thank you all so much for the support lately. I know I keep going on about it, but it's insane to me. I know to a lot of people, it's not a lot of subs. 180 subs, whatever. To me, in 6 days, we're probably going to break 200 subs in a week. That's absolutely insane for me. For a channel of my size, for a guy who's new to this, it's insane. And I genuinely just can't thank you guys enough. You are all my motivation to keep going in this, you know what I mean? You guys who watch till the end of the videos, who like every video, who are always commenting, you guys are the absolute best. But anyway, I won't go on about this forever and ever. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. And I will be seeing you all guys tomorrow, as normal, for another one. Market opens on Monday, baby. Let's see what happens. Peace.